That's why we wanted to see you. We just don't know whether to tell her or not.
What did you find out?
Her father was an itinerant jackaroo, white. Apparently, he's living hand to mouth somewhere. He's an alcoholic.
They don't think there's much chance of ever locating him.
Probably for the best. What about her mother?
She was living on an Aboriginal settlement south of Darwin. She died about 6 months ago.
We just don't know what's the best thing to do.
Despite the problems, we love her. We just don't want to do something that might push her further away from us.
Now, all I'm saying is that we're going to have to move quick, so Spider doesn't think we're just going to let it sit.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Oh, bloody hell, that's the second time today.
Oh, you got something on your mind, Reed?
No. You'd have thought we would have ended up as bloody social workers, though.
Here we are. I've got another one for you. They seem to have got buried now Lexi's not around to read them.
It's hardly worth it. Look how old it is. Nothing but Boy George.
Well, he's very popular.
Not with the people I hang around with. We listen to the Oils, bands like that.
Oils?
Yeah, Midnight Oil.
How's it going?
Well.
Boring. I think I'll give the mags a miss. See you at lunch. Never know, Simpson might have talked Mervyn into cooking up some witchetty grubs.
Thought we put a damper on her and Simpson.
Oh, is that another joke?
Look, maybe we ought to give Simpson a bashing. You know, thump her till she gives up.
She'll never give up.
Not if we take her head on. What if we try it another way?
What do you mean?
Enlighten the bitch. Give her a lesson in human relationships.
Bit short on blackboards, are we?
I wasn't thinking of that kind of lesson. More like the kind that really covers the subject top to bottom, if you get my drift.
They originally asked to adopt a hard-to-place child, thinking along the lines of disabled or handicapped, rather than racially different. When they were offered Sarah, they hedged. Thought she'd be better off with an Aboriginal family.
Does make sense.
Sure, except it's catch-22. Social welfare couldn't find an Aboriginal family that met their criteria. One of the problems is that they won't recognise an extended family as a support group. I mean, it was the Europeans who invented the concept of nuclear family, not us.
You think they should apply the same criteria to extended families?
Might have meant Sarah stayed with her own folks, her own culture. I hate to say it, but farming out black kids to white families usually causes more problems than it solves.
As we've just heard from the West.
It's inevitable. I mean, sure, they do their best. Give her a good home, more attention than most kids her own age get. But sooner or later, the penny drops. Suddenly, she realises she's the only black kid in a school full of whites, needing a group she can identify with. I've seen it happen so many times before. Everyone starts out with the best intentions, but somewhere along the line, it falls in a heap.
Do you think it would have made any difference if her mother was still alive?
Possibly. Could have worked the other way too. A few of the kids end up rejecting their own families because they're poor and disadvantaged.
Classic no-win situation.
Absolutely. Still, we owe it to Sarah to tell her the truth. If nothing else, it fills in the gaps.
Yes, might stop her bucking at everything too.
That I wouldn't guarantee.
Hello, Mervyn.
If you're here for the solitary tray, it's over there. And getting cold, too.
No, look. I would like to talk to you about something.
I'm sorry, I haven't got time to chat.
No, it'll only take a minute. It's important. I'd just like to ask you something.
Well, all right, you'll have to be quick.
Well, you see, I've decided to be a manager. Well, an agent, really. I'm going to turn Lisa into the new Joan Collins now. What do you think of that so far?
I see you're determined to waste my time. If you're not here for the tray, go back to the others.
No, but hasn't Mrs. Pringle told you about it? I mean, she must have by now. I told her about it ages ago.
Well, she did say something about you wanting to use a camera.
And how did she sound? I mean, was she very enthusiastic about it?
Well, it's hard to say, really. She only mentioned it in passing.
Well, you see, Mervyn, look, I was thinking, you know I normally wouldn't ask you a favour, but this is really an exception.
You think I'm going to risk my job getting that camera for you? You're mistaken. I've been taken advantage of too many times to be fooled again.
Oh, Mervyn, I wouldn't take advantage of you. I mean, all I wanted you to do is put in a good word for me. I mean, try and make Mrs. Pringle a bit more enthusiastic about it. I mean, her enthusiasm could rub off on the governor.
I really don't think I'm in a position to influence them, even if I wanted to. And quite frankly, I don't.
No, you're absolutely right. It's up to us to make our own way, isn't it?
Quite right. So if you don't mind, I'm all behind as it is.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm the new cellmate they promised you.
You're joking. I thought I was going to cop some new shield.
There was a couple of newies they wanted to keep in together. So either you in with me, or vice versa.
Hey, about time things started swinging our way.
Gee, you didn't clean it out too well, did you?
Hey, you don't throw nothing out, OK?
It's only a butt.
Yeah, well, you get enough of them and you got a cig, and a cig's a saleable item.
I never said they weren't.
Yeah, forget it. Hey, how about that special cig I promised you?
I wouldn't say no, that's for sure.
Make it a sort of celebration. You moving in.
Hey, I heard about you two shacking up together.
Hey, this is my turf, Connors. Whack off. You two people.
taking it.
What are you doing?
Never you mind.
You're smart, you won't follow us.
Stop beating up my head.
Who said anything about beating up?
Ow, you're hurting me.
Oh, shut up, hairy legs.
Get off! Place is really raging, eh? There you are. I wonder where you got to. Want a game of pool?
Can't you gotta come with me?
I don't gotta do anything.
Didn't mean it like that. Me and the others want to show you something.
Look, why don't you go and tell the others that I've had enough Sunday school to last me through to the next century?
Just gotta bring you, okay?
Bill! I told you, Mel, I'm sick of people telling me what to think.
No one's doing that. We're your mates. We want to show you something.
Mates don't take on false marches, do they? What's going on?
Got a little surprise for you.
Oh, no, you bloody don't.
Ducks away, girls. Give her the full view.
My pleasure.
She claims she's a distant cousin.
Bitches. Nah, have to flatten her nose first.
Yeah, what do you reckon? She belong with you, mate?
See, I told you we're your mates.
All quiet on the home front?
Apart from the excessive energy, I don't know what's got into them.
Probably excitement over the shop.
You want to see her?
Ah, the sooner the better.
Agreed. Could you bring Sarah West to my office, please, Martin?
Oh, but maybe we should go to see her. The office represents confrontation. That we don't want.
Yes, we'll go straight through the dorms. If you wouldn't mind coming with us.
No worries. By the way, there are a few messages there for you.
They can wait.
Oh, give us a damn!
They've got natural wings, ain't ya? Damn, bitches! Oh, jeez, what's happening?
What girls? You got another born-again black. Where's the cocoa?
We're not going to waste it on her.
Let me go, I haven't done nothing!
Oh, get in the corner and watch.
Yeah, and if you try and help, you'll cop it.
Come on, I reckon we ought to get a couple of gags from Westy. Go on, kid, the floor's all yours.
Well, the bitch ain't worth it.
We're even in the score. Go for it.
You know, it's your chance to stick the boot in.
Go and give it to her.
Well, are you going to or not?
What's so bloody funny? What are you laughing at?
I'd like an answer to that myself.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around.